extraordinarily good fighting Spence. They did very well economically. But again, if you ran it back and you had Terence fighting Spence again, I really don't believe that it would do anything like the numbers that the first fight did.
That is Bob Arum talking about the Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight. You know, he's not the only one that says this. Lots of people in the boxing business tells me that this is a financial bloodbath. Crawford put on a dominant performance. A performance I wasn't even expecting, and I picked Crawford to win in 9, but I thought Spence would be competitive early. This was supposed to be Leonard and Hearns all over again. You heard it on ESPN, you heard it on different content creators, podcasts. You heard it everywhere that people thought this fight would be like a Leonard versus Hearns. And it didn't live up to be that way. It was a one-sided butt kicking. Instead of this fight reminding us of Leonard and Hearns, it reminded us of Gaddy and Mayweather. Not competitive at all. Another thing about this fight, it took them 5 years to make it. This fight should have been made in 2018 when they met up in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I will watch the rematch, but I have no desire to pay $80 for this. Because even though Spence fans are keeping hope alive like they're Jesse Jackson, 7 pounds is not going to make the difference. Skills pay the bills, and once again, I think Terence Crawford would knock out Errol Spence. And from what I'm hearing, this is just a rumor on Twitter, that Errol Spence is thinking about hanging him up. And the reason I say 154 pounds won't make a difference, you don't think they weighed 154 pounds at fight night? Maybe even more, maybe closer to 160 or 165. So I agree with Bob Arum. I think at this moment, PBC is trying to look for a loophole in the contract to get out of this fight.
You know, the Deontay Wilder of the times when he was WBC heavyweight champion, rolling along and knocking everybody out, that's gone. That's gone forever. It's not coming back.
That was from Dan Rafeal, which I was surprised, but Dan Rafeal is one of the biggest PBC nut huggers in the business. He says the Deontay Wilder we once knew, the WBC champ, the bronze bomber, the knockout artist, is gone. Even before Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury, I just didn't see what everybody else saw. They saw a dominant heavyweight. They put him up there with Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano. I did not see that. I thought Deontay Wilder was the 2000 version of Ernie Shavers. But I do think Dan Rafeal is right in some way. You know, the Deontay Wilder we did see back then, the bronze bomber, the WBC champ, the undefeated WBC champ, is gone. You know, we talk about AJ lost his confidence. I think the real guy who lost his confidence is Deontay Wilder. I think Tyson Fury took his confidence, beat him up, and took his soul. And Deontay Wilder will never come back for that because he thought he was invincible. And he got in there with a Tyson Fury who was at the time wasn't even thinking about coming back to boxing, obese on his couch, a drug addict, and suffering from depression. And it comes out of retirement to beat Deontay Wilder senseless. What little Wilder had, Fury took it away. And that's what Dan Rafeal's talking about. After that beatdown, he will never be the same. Not even psychedelics will bring Deontay Wilder back to his golden days. Would it be something on February if Usyk stops Fury? That would be something the self-proclaimed most devastating puncher in heavyweight history could not do. I guess we'll find out February. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beasy, I'm gone.